I started Jumpin' Jack Cards in 2025 with my first YouTube video uploaded in April, my first vending show in July, and everything in between. So here's a look at what actually happened in the last 9 months, the progress made, and the foundations I've laid for the future. Let's see. My first time in-person vending didn't start until July, and that was with the card show in the Antrim Library. Preparing for that first show was quite nerve-wracking. It was like putting all your singles together. I knew I didn't have a lot of expensive cards. I was just kind of doing it to see what I could do. I wanted to make a video of it as well because I always loved watching vendor POVs. So I was hoping that I'd be able to do that too. My stock was mostly singles. There was a lot of EXs in there. I don't think I had the deal binder just yet, but I don't think I had a display case either. I just had binders and some sealed products from my own collection. Overall, and sort of at shows since, I've always noticed, I've always been paying attention to how the buyers approach the table, what different type of buyers there are, and how they interact with me, how they interact with the table, what kind of things they want. I'm always trying to add new stuff to the table. So after the first event, it was really, really interesting to see how they had come up. Some people were looking for loose packs, which I didn't have yet. Some people were looking for higher value cards I didn't have yet. I don't have graded cards mostly. I still only have a few. So some people were looking for those. They didn't have those. But I did well for what I thought I was doing. If you want to check out exactly how I did, you can go and watch the monthly review for that one. I think that was the July monthly review. And that you'll find out all the detail there. But overall, in the last sort of 9 months since I've started vending in July, August, September, October. So I've done about 6 months of vending now, and every single time I learn something new, even if it's just a better way to pack the car. I'm always constantly learning, so that's great. It takes me less time to set up my table now. It takes less time to set up the stock. I kind of have an idea of how I want the table to look. So yeah, so going forward into 2026, I'm looking to be moving my setup up to 2 tables. I've got plenty of stock for that. And I'm super excited for the Antrim Card Club, which is going to be on the 17th of January in Antrim. So you'll see me there. One of my main things I wanted to do with Jumpin' Jack Cards as a brand, once I sort of got it off the ground, was I always wanted to have my own website. When I was selling through Card Market or eBay, you're unable to put your own brand or your own spin on things. On eBay, you can just change your profile photo and that's basically it. So people don't really know who they're buying from. So having a YouTube channel and having people know who I am doesn't make a difference in that situation. I think a lot of people probably don't even look at the seller's name when they're buying from eBay. So to have my own website was very important to me, and I launched that at the very end of September. Every part of this website was handled by me, handled very manually. It was like, I went through Shopify, so I have a Shopify website, but prior to it, I was told that maybe sometimes Shopify will shut down certain stores if they're selling licensed products when you don't have like a legal agreement to sell that product. But I think through talking to a few people who have similar sites and they've been okay, I decided to go for it. In order to stock the website, I needed to find a reputable seller in Japan for sealed booster boxes, because English boosters and English packs are kind of off the table for me at distribution prices at the minute. So I've imported a lot of stock from Japan, which was a learning experience in itself. You kind of have to take your risks with that. You don't really know for sure how it's going to go. It's a risky start. So I did that. I got a first small order through. It went through great. I started making more orders, and I have a good relationship with the supplier now. So I'm very happy to get stuff in from Japan. No problems. I know getting through customs is no problems. I've set up everything as a sole trader, and I've got all my numbers and everything. I'm not quite VAT registered yet, but I don't need to be for this, so it's good. I'm going to just keep ordering from Japan the way I have been doing and keeping the website up to date with the newest stock. Another thing the website did for me was help establish Jumpin' Jack Cards as a brand more than just a name or something you would see on Instagram. It's a genuinely full, well-stocked website. I think the website looks quite well. I like the branding, the colors. I like everything I've done with it, which is good. But it was great to have like a reference point to send people, so I don't have to be going, you can buy from me on eBay or Card Market or check out all these different, seller platforms. I can just say, go to jumpinjackcards.com, check out everything you need there. And as the orders came in, I think I did 50 something, 55 orders maybe in 2025. And that was just from, say, October, November, December. So in 3 months, 55 orders. For me, very happy with that. I've done better than I expected on that. I'm not somebody who imports like 20, 60, 40 boxes or whatever. So having my small inventory still move and be able to turn it over and order some more is just, it's really good for me to be starting off small, but the fact that I can sell it and know that I have a customer base is very good for me going forward. And of course, as the orders came in, the shipping process got a lot more streamlined. I got my thermal printer, which is incredible. If you're holding off on buying a thermal printer, you should definitely buy one because they are so worth the money. For 50 or 60 pounds, they save you so much time. The packing got better in terms of speed. I was able to pack everything up, bubble wrap it, got special boxes that fit the booster boxes perfectly. It's been a real joy to pack these up in boxes that are the exact right size and you don't have to stuff with a ton of stuff to keep it from moving around. But yeah, these are the little things that excite me about the business, which are really, really, really boring to anybody who try to tell about it. But I have a captive audience here, so you have no choice but to hear me list my little tiny quirks. And there's plenty more to come for the website in the next year. I've just added a TCG accessories range from Coda Cards, which you can buy, and you can use Coda5 as a code to get 5% off those. Another huge thing for me, probably the biggest thing, was content creation in general. I knew when I was starting this business that I wanted to do content creation and documenting the whole thing alongside it, because I think for me, if you have a business in 2025 or 2026 now, you need to be a content creator as well. You can't just have a business unless it's like already an established business. But if you're trying to launch something, you need to show the person behind the brand. You need to show how you're doing things. You need to show some behind the scenes stuff. You need to show everything basically on social media to build up a following and build up a customer base, especially when there's so many people in the Pokemon space who are trying to do exactly the same thing as you. The only thing unique you have is yourself. So you need to be just pushing record and putting any kind of content out there that you can. The focus at the very start was on documenting the process of the whole thing and showing what I bought, what I sold. I was on the £100 a month budget at the start, and I was able to document everything that I had bought for the business. I think it's a good blueprint to start off if you're wanting to start off your business very small. Like, I didn't spend a lot of money on equipment at the start. For instance, I had mentioned the thermal printer before, but if I had bought that, that's £60 of my £100 budget gone straight away. So it was handwritten labels. It was everything done on a budget. It was filming my videos on a phone. It was on a phone with no microphone because I couldn't afford the microphone. So within the budget, it's a good start for people who want to watch it. And you can watch all that stuff at the start of my channel from my earlier days. But I was really trying to keep a consistent upload schedule. I was able to get a video up sort of every month anyway as a review, and I was getting short videos up multiple times a week across YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So working this content schedule around a full-time job was very hard. It meant a lot of evenings, a lot of sort of lunch times and stuff, editing, filming. But it was definitely worth it because I've seen my YouTube subscribers grow a lot. I've seen my Instagram and TikTok followers grow a lot. So I know the appetite is there for the content, and I know that my community is growing. So that's positive. So in terms of platform numbers from April onwards, YouTube grew very steadily. Like, the long form uploads are getting a couple of hundred of views. The short form content tends to get around 1,100 to 1,200 sort of views on the shorts, which is really good. Looking at my channel from the start, from my lifetime stats, I've got 155,706 views so far, which is crazy to me. It's so crazy that even, 10 people regularly watch. But today I've got 747 subscribers, which is again way more than I ever thought I would get. We're on the road to 1,000, on the road to 3,000 watch hours. I'm currently at 1819 valid public watch hours. So 1,819 hours of the 3,000 I need to be able to offer perks to my channel and take donations and stuff. I really want to get into live streaming my card shows and the vending that I do this year in 2026. So I'll speak about that a little bit more later on, but that to be able to do that and take donations in so that I can give cards to kids like I've seen online would be amazing. So that's what I'm heading for right now. And I think I'm on track to do that in the next 6 months because I'm getting around 200 watch hours a month. So in 6 months, that would be around 6 months, that would be like 3,000 watch hours. So that would be great. On Instagram, I'm currently sitting at 871 followers, which is brilliant. My reels tend to do about 1,000 views, but a few of them have blown up to like 7,000 views or 8,000. So yeah, I love doing the Instagram stuff. Instagram, I think, is my main short form place. I don't think YouTube performs as well as Instagram does for views, in my opinion. You have to really post at the right time on YouTube, whereas on Instagram, it can kind of get picked up and go anytime. There's not a real schedule to do that. On TikTok, I've got 1,267 followers, which is, I don't know why exactly I've got more on there. I don't really do anything on TikTok other than cross-post the videos. I feel like when I launched TikTok on the phone, maybe this is just because I'm older, but it's like as soon as you launch it, it's just video playing and there's no sort of rest. It's just like bombards you with video after video after video. So for me, I don't usually go on that to consume any content. I usually stick to Instagram or YouTube for that. But I'm guessing because there's more followers on there, there's just more people on there, so maybe I need to improve my TikTok game over the next year. It's something I'll definitely look at. But to have over 1,200 followers on there, I'm very happy with that too. So it just shows across all the platforms I am constantly growing. It's on a upward trajectory. So I'm really happy with how the platforms are doing and all my content creation. In 2026, I really want to focus on YouTube long form content creation, which isn't just about the business though. I've got a list as long as my arm on videos I want to do, which are like educational, entertainment, Pokémon videos as well. So it'll give people a reason to come to the channel, if not just for the business, more for, different types of Pokémon content. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm looking forward to starting those videos. I just need to get some time. Now that my kids are back at school, I'm going to have some time to do that. But yeah, so stay tuned for those. Like, watch, and subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, stay tuned. So live streaming is very important to me in terms of growth for 2026. I want to be live streaming all my vendor POVs from the different card shows I go to. I'm going to be attending 2 card shows every month at least, and I want to be able to live stream those on YouTube. So in addition to those live streams, I want to be doing some gaming streams as well. I'm hoping to play on a regular schedule, play Pokemon ZA. I want to get that finished because then I want to try and do some of the older Pokemon games too, which I've never played before, like Scarlet or Violet, or maybe even some of the old ROMs that I can get on the computer, because I haven't ever played those. And I think just by playing through them, you get to know the lore and you get to know the characters and all that stuff a lot easier than just reading about it on ChatGPT or whatever. So those are the plans, to do a bit more gaming. Hopefully I'll be able to do a regular schedule of like a Thursday and a Sunday, which is what I'm hoping to do. And yeah, get those watch hours up and come in and have a chat with me. So I love doing it. I love talking to the people. I love playing the games. So yeah, what's not to like? And more future plans for 2026. I want to transform my garage, which is internal in the house. I want to transform that into more of a business shipping area. I've got plans to build up the furniture around there. I was watching Pokemon Steve, who's a seller in Australia. He's a pretty big YouTuber too, and he's got a great video on an IKEA cabinet to set up for your cards. So I'm going to do that. I've got shelves. I want to clean out the garage and get rid of everything that's not business related in there. I've got a bit of a gym in there, which I'm going to leave too, which I might actually start lifting weights properly too. This is all the 2026 plans, but I want to be able to be in a place where I can ship and pack and order like in a conveyor belt sort of system. Like, oh, I'm going to check my cards here. I'm going to move on. I'm going to wrap them up here, put them in the box here, ship the labels here, and into a box at the end of the door. So that's my trick for that. It'll be a big key for me to do that for efficiency. And the website will, going forward, still be the main hub for sales alongside the in-person card shows. So to build on the foundations that I've laid since last April, sustain the business itself, even if it's not making tens of thousands of pounds, I want it to be able to sustain itself. So the things that I buy and sell, I want to use the money that I get back from that to turn it back into product. I've still not taken any money out of the business in the last 9 months because there's no money to take if I don't, like if I take money out of it, then I have no money for stock. So yeah, that's the future plans, is just to improve that and then continue the content creation, as I've said, and just keep going to shows. So that is the first chapter of Jumpin' Jack Cards finished for now. 2025 is in the books. I've done my first 9 months starting with the content creation in April. And I've sold probably since April overall, I've probably done about 15 or 16 grand in sales, which is not tons to a lot of people who are watching this. And that's absolutely not 15 grand in profit. Pokemon to me is like a lifestyle to me now. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not even a get rich scheme. It's just like a get break even over a long period scheme. Until I can get access to proper distribution prices, it's going to be just a case of trying to keep the thing moving until I can get access to that and the waiting lists are finished and the new customers are open for different distributors. So it's again, holding pattern for 2026, try and build on the foundations that I've done. And I think I can do it. I know I can do it because the passion is still there. I go to bed dreaming about Pokemon all the time. I'm thinking about new things I can do, new angles, new videos to do. There's just not enough hours in the day for it. But yeah, that's my first 9 months. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. If you've watched any of my videos, you've contributed massively. If I've ever spoken to you at a show, I appreciate it so much. If you ever see me at a show, come up and have a chat. I'd love to talk to anybody about Pokemon. And just a thanks to everybody who's followed along the journey so far. Keep following. 2026 is going to be big. I've got some big plans. Like, share, and subscribe this. Watch my other videos, get my watch time up, and we'll start taking donations and getting ready to give cards to kids for free. Thanks very much, guys. I'll see you in the next one.